So I'm gonna tell y'all about the time I saw my uncle get shot. So I'm probably about 8 or 9 years old at this time. I'm living on the west side of Chicago. I'm living on Heath Street, right? Anybody from the west side of Chicago on 13th and Heath Street, y'all know. Y'all know my uncles, y'all know me. So anyway, he come banging on the door, boom, 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 boom. Now at the time, obviously we don't know it's him, but when my mama opened the door, my mama happened to be at the house this night. So when my mama opened the door, my uncle sprint right past her up the stairs, because we got like, you come into the front door, then it's like a little small hall. I'm talking about small, like a 2x4. It's not even a real hall. And then you got some long stairs that run up to the second floor of our house. So my uncle sprint up those stairs, and he like hopping and running. He just got shot. You know what I'm saying? So my uncle plays so much. I tell people all the time, if my uncle, he could have been like Tracy Morgan, man. That's who he remind me of. He could have been a comedian if he really ever wanted to at that time in his life, right? So when he come back downstairs, he collapsed on the floor. As he collapsed on the floor, you know, my mama still think he playing. James, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? So he started spitting up blood, and I think he said he was shot before he started spitting up blood. And I didn't hear him. I'm standing right here by the back, like a little bit back from, because like to the left of us, we got a living room right there. We got the living room. We got like a little side hallway, the bathroom right here behind me. This is like a little middle area. It's not big. It's just like a pathway to walk through the house. The stairs, my uncle, he laying right here in front, right? So my mama repeat what he said, like, James, you shot? You ain't shot, get up. So, cause he plays so much. I'm talking about the man so funny, but he play a lot. He got jokes. So when she tell him get up, then he start spitting up blood. So my mama like, oh, he shot for real. So what she do is she end up getting him turned over, and you know, he's spitting up blood, but you can hear him gargling the blood. You know what I'm saying? Like he choking on it. So then she secure his head to where, you know, he able to start spitting the blood out, and she ended up saving his life. You know, we ended up calling the paramedics. The paramedics come pick him up. He good. Now, this the story that I had. Now, if I'm wrong, Unc, you got to come on and correct me. But the story I heard is that, you know, my uncle, he was with the shits. He was in the streets, right? So he basically had ran down on a guy with a pistol. He was trying to rob him. I guess he must have took his eyes off the guy, or the guy had knew him. Whatever the case may happen, the guy turned the situation on him because the guy had his own piece and my uncle got hit or whatever. So that situation was crazy to me. That's my first time ever seeing somebody shot. Like I say, I was 8 or 9. So a lot of people might be like, yo, how does that affect you seeing something like that when you're that young? I'm going to tell you the truth. It do affect you and it don't affect you. So the reason why I say it don't affect you is because you 8 or 9 years old. You know what I'm saying? You're not really paying attention to these type of things. And when I'm looking at the situation, it's just like I'm in the moment, right? And then another thing you got to understand, back then, you know, kids wasn't allowed to get in adults' business, right? So like after that situation happened, and I done watched the whole thing, seen everything that happened, ain't nobody really talking about it. But also, too, you know, that's just life in the hood. You know, somebody might get shot, they repair themselves, they patch, they get out the hospital, they back to their same mood. So when you see that situation and I see my uncle again, I'm not thinking like, oh, man, he got shot. That's such a bad thing. I'm just thinking like, oh, that's just part of life. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens and stuff like that. So that story, how did that story affect me? Like I say, it didn't in the moment, but as you get older, you start noticing like, oh, certain things happen and you kind of like, it don't even bother you. You know what I'm saying? You able to just move through life because stuff like that teach you like, man, bad shit gonna happen. You just keep moving through life. And so when I even look at the situation, I can tell y'all like this type of situation. This is what I mean by like, it don't really affect you in a bad way, right? The first time you might hear a gunshot go off, you might jump, you might start looking around, trying to see where they shooting, what's going on. After you hear a couple of gunshots, you might hear a gunshot go off and you able to tell like, oh, that's far away from me. You don't even jump. Or you might hear it go off and then you might be like, all right, let me look around. You might look around to see if you see somebody who might be shooting, but you calm, you collected, you smooth, because that's just something you're going through. So, I mean, I got more stories coming from y'all. I got basketball stories. I got stories from being in the projects, going to different projects in Chicago. So y'all know, click the like button and the subscribe button, man, so y'all can listen to more of my stories. And if y'all want part 2 about me playing against Patrick Beverly, y'all got to drop in the comments and let me know. Click the subscribe button and the like button. That's going to let the algorithm know you like Storytime by Fairplay 2333, and you want to make sure that they show it to you when it's coming through. I got a lot more comedy going, and right now I got No Time to Play Fair 2. That's my Chicago hood movie. It's out now, man, on this YouTube page, the Fairplay 2333 YouTube page. Go check it out now.